Sometimes in film, we are trying to describe something else. And this practice of describing is really important because, maybe we're trying to describe another culture. Maybe we're trying to describe, something about ourselves, something about objects, something about events, things of that nature. And so with Margaret Mead, she made a few different short films. One of them is Bathing a Baby in Three Cultures, made in 1954. So she's describing her subjects. She's using a lot of narration. So she is talking over everything in this film, describing, okay, so here's how this woman is bathing her baby. Look at how this woman bathes her baby, and doing it very vocally. In a different form, we can see Ron Frick. So he made the film Baraka in 1992. Now, with this film, we're also seeing a great description. This is one film instead of a lot of short ones like Mead would make. And in this film, instead of everything being explained, or you can even say mansplained to us, we are seeing instead, which I think is a lot better in some cases. So in this film, we are seeing all these different cultures. We see tribes doing dances. We see baby chicks being like slaughtered, basically. So that's weird. And we see technology being made in different factories and just all sorts of different things around the world. And it's interesting. They're both really good in their own ways. So with Mead, we are getting a description of what's happening. However, she is able to put her own description into it instead of us being able to really know what's happening. Because she doesn't interview the people, like she is talking for the people. And so, with Frick, we're seeing everything. And any words we hear are from the people. Like in a tribal chant, we can hear the chant, which we can't understand the words really unless you speak the language. So we're hearing all of that and seeing and experiencing it. And so they're very different. They both convey differently. In one, we get assumptions made for us. In the other, we have to make assumptions. But in neither one are we necessarily finding the exact truth of what's happening. They're both basically trying to have reflexivity. I think Frick does it a little better than Mead does, but they're both trying to show off, their views of the other compared to, trying to let the other speak to us, which can be damaging in some ways. However, we are able to gain something from both of these films, and that's really the important part. Is it's not about staring at the other and like going crazy about it. It's about trying to understand what other cultures are doing, which I do think can lead to a positive effect if you dive more into it, which is the important second factor that you need to do besides just watching these things.